My name is Sonia and you're watching Motor Spins, and today we have this absolute treat. This is a 1972 Lamborghini Jarama 400 GT. In Italy, you're probably not going to see very many here, so it makes this extra special. This was Bertone designed, and they hired Gandini, who's responsible for the Countach and the Diablo and a bunch of other really bad cars. He was responsible for the design of this, and it makes it just so beautiful. This thing is just such a gem, and it's in an absolutely dazzling British racing green. It has this massive hood to it, but underneath it is housing a V12, so it's got some power behind it. It has these front hood scoops, which are a Gandini signature design element. Very, very cool. We've got our Lamborghini logo in the front and this little tiny grille across the front. These headlights are super unique and very cool. They actually drop down to reveal the headlights. It's kind of special. I'm gonna show you. If you hit this switch, it's so unique and so cool how it just drops down to reveal it. These wheels are kind of cool too because they have these interesting spurs on them. Very cool. And then the center cap is actually glass, and you can see a little Lamborghini logo hidden underneath the glass. I also love how it's so deceivingly big looking with all the glass. It seems like there's a lot of room in it, but we'll see how that holds true when we get inside of it. You'll see something similar on the other side, but this one actually doesn't really do anything. It's just replicating the gas cap that's on the other side that has a pretty similar design. So just to keep things kind of cohesive throughout, they added that fake little one on the side. I love how giant this back window is. You do have a little bit of trunk space, maybe enough for almost a golf bag. A significant Vaughn's trip, perhaps. Either way, it seems like enough trunk space. And then moving down here, it's interesting how they have these two little nubs, and at first glance you're like, what are these? But if you look closely, they're actually plate lights, which is really interesting. And you know, back in these days, the designers were kind of the top of the food chain. They had most of the influence, and our safety standards might have been a little bit different. So you could do a lot of really interesting and funky things, like having a bumper like this, which isn't really functional and isn't really gonna protect you from much, but it looks kind of cool. So it counts. I love this font. We have the Lamborghini Jarama badge on the side, and then our quad exhaust down here, which you can definitely hear. And then, like I mentioned, on the other side, we do actually have the gas cap now. It's a similar color and similar style. Again, just keeping things cohesive and keeping it looking stylish. So under the hood, again, opening up reverse clamshell, which has been super handy, especially if your hood latch fails, you know it's not gonna pop up and come up on your dash. So it's reassuring, right? We have a huge engine. It's a 3.9 liter V12. It's absolutely beautiful, and it is set a little bit behind the front axis, so while it is a front engine, it kind of has that mid-engine support, which is cool. And this baby is pushing 345 horsepower with 289 foot-pounds of torque, so it could still pack a punch. I really appreciate the design of even under the hood in this, because it has this interesting like quilted padding all across here, and then it has this little light in the center in case you're working on the car at night. I do also appreciate the Lamborghini right across all of this here, and then there is a placard right over there that has some more information about the car. You can smell this beautiful tan leather. It looks so beautiful and it smells so beautiful in here. I love all of this mahogany wood. It's a 5-speed manual, and this beautiful wheel with the Lamborghini little logo in the middle. On the side, you'll see, it's kind of hard to see, but this is actually the horn, which is really interesting and kind of unique. It's a little strange. So be careful when you're turning. And then there's your windshield, it's your lights, and then the lights on the dash, which you can kind of see right here how they would light up. It almost looks like Star Trek-y or something. It's really interesting. Some of these buttons too, honestly, I have no idea what half of these are. You can get some hot soup. And of course, Italian car in the 70s, you need an ashtray. So up on the dash here, we do have a functional ashtray. And I love, again, coming onto all of this right here. It's actually, since this is all hand built, some of these ended up kind of crooked, so they just made all of them crooked. And I think that really speaks to just the uniqueness and interesting design put into this, where they made one crooked, it's all hand built, they just rolled with it. And I think it makes it kind of special and really unique. Another really strange feature about this is the radio. It's right here, and it's backwards. So the knobs are kind of, you know, you have to lean forward to check the station and change anything. Really interesting design choice. The back seats, not super useful. Again, with all the windows, it really looks like you genuinely have a lot more room than you do in this vehicle. But if you're really short, back seat's gonna work for you, I guess. And if you're really short and in the back seat, lucky for you, there's also another ashtray back here. Also, for a car that was only released in Italy, it's kind of interesting that you'll notice it is still in miles per hour, with only 177 of these ever made, and not in the US. They've all been made in Italy. The fact that one is standing right behind me, it's just so special. So, such a rarity, such a gem. It's been an awesome day spending time with a 1972 Lamborghini Jarama 400 GT. It's not a bad day, my friends. It's been a good one. And if you like this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. My name is Sonia. You've been watching Motor Spins, and I'll see you next time.